Happy Halloween. Well, it will be in a couple of weeks' time. So I thought I'd do some graphics for you. Hope you enjoy those. Good morning. Welcome to Love Audio's YouTube channel. My name is Paul Webber, and I normally, as you probably know, stream on a Monday night at 8 p.m. But last night, because we had so many internet problems here in Saltash in Cornwall, it was nigh on impossible. I ended up doing about 11 minutes of a 20-minute odd stream. So I thought I'd reschedule it for this morning. So I know it's probably a difficult time because a lot of you will be at work, but hopefully you'll be able to watch the replay, which is absolutely fantastic. And thank you for doing so. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, of course. Give it a like if you can. It helps the channel no end. And also remember to subscribe if you've not already done so. Then please click the subscribe button and then click the bell icon. That will allow you to be alerted every time I go live, which is generally, as I say, on a Monday night at 8 p.m. British summertime. And that obviously may be different in different zones around the world. But it's great to have you with you this afternoon, this evening, this morning, whatever time of day it is where you are. Then please do let me know in the comments. And also, if you're new here to the channel, please do let me know if you're new, and we'll shout you out as well, okay? So what is Love Audio Production all about? Well, essentially, it's a platform where it's a safe and fun and friendly environment rather, for you to learn the basics in audio production. So if you are on board with that, then let's get going. And that is meant to have audio with it, believe it or not. Why is that not playing? That's really odd. Let me try that again. Hang on a second. Let's try this. Love Audio! That's better. That didn't work. So I thought, well, you know, we need some music behind it, some jingles there. Jingle was produced by Jam Creative Productions in Dallas, in Texas. So in case you're curious about that. So we, getting ready for Halloween. Of course, we've got some ghosts appearing now and again. They might kind of float across the screen just to kind of freak you out a little bit. But that's okay. That's fine. There's also one that goes the other way. I think. Let's try that. Hang on. There you go. Should go from left to right against the screen, which is pretty cool. We also have bats if you are that way inclined. Get some bats on the screen as well, which is pretty cool. We have a spider that drops down out of the ceiling like that. This is all preparation for a live stream that I'm doing on Friday night. It's about 11 p.m. I think. It's into a private Facebook group, but yeah, it should be fun. We're doing that on Friday night, which is good. What else can I show you? The Happy Halloween thing you've already seen, which is cool. I'm going to get some music behind that as well. So kind of spooky stuff as well, but yeah, currently it just does that and hands back to me, which is good. And that's pretty much it for now. It's too early to do that, so we won't do any snow. It's far too early for that. Although I did walk past a shop. I did walk past a shop last night, and it's the first time I've seen this particular shop dressed up at the window and everything else. But they've got a beautiful, beautiful Christmas, demonstration. And shop window and everything else. It just looked absolutely stunning. They've obviously put a lot of work into it, and it looked $1 million. But I still think it's a bit early. Get Halloween out the way first, and then focus on the Christmas stuff. That's the idea. I love Christmas. Don't get me wrong. And I've got a load of stuff, out of boxes and things at my flat, ready to kind of put either into the shop here or into my flat. But yeah, I'm not doing that until the end of November. Definitely Halloween, focusing on that. I've got to go down to a shop locally and pick up 4 huge, great helium-filled foil balloons, which will go behind on the backdrop here, and then get some kind of, drapey stuff and dress the thing ready for this coming Friday, and then of course use it again on the 31st. Which actually I think I'm DJing, so I won't be here exactly on the 31st. Let me have a look at my calendar a minute. I just can't remember where I am. 31st. Oh, no, it's a Sunday. That's all right. It's cool. It's a Sunday. I'm working on the radio. I'm working on Radio X in the morning, doing a live breakfast show, 8 till midday on Sunday. But then I'm back in the evening on the 31st. Don't forget to check out Rich Vibes, of course. He'll be on Mixcloud 7 till 9 on the 31st. Fingers crossed. Hope you're all well. Rich is in the house, by the way. So, in fact, let me just go to our socials here, and we'll click on here. It says, I'm here. And Rich says, oh, Iron Man, now Batman and Spider-Man. Yeah. and Snowman as well, but not yet. Not yet. We're going to save that until, as it gets closer towards Christmas and stuff. Or, at least if the weather turns cold, which it says it might do by next week. Not like dreadfully cold, but like, 5 or 6 degrees less than it currently is. I took a trip up north, as you may know, to DJ a wedding last weekend, and it was actually about 6 or 7 degrees colder up there than it would have been down here in the south. So it's just the way it is, isn't it? It's further up north, further towards Scotland and stuff like that. But yeah, we're in for some cold, kind of drafty weather coming from the north in the next couple of days. Thursday onwards, I think the weatherman said last night on the TV. So, get those coats out, get those woolly jumpers on. That's what we need to do. Talking of garments, the I Love Audio t-shirt, by the way, you can find that at, he says here, hang on, you can find that at the merch store, which is loveaudiosmerchstore.com. If you click on that link, or not click the link, but obviously that's because it's on the screen, but if you go to that website, loveaudiosmerchstore.com, that'll take you directly to the place where you can get things like this, which is the Love Audio mug. Mine's looking a bit forlorn, but I'm going to order some new ones. But certainly that's the kind of mug, and then you've got the t-shirt as well. So head on over there if you've not done so already. If you want to take part in the show, you want to see what else Love Audio's up to, then click on loveaudio.co.uk. You can also go to my other site, which is Love Audio Bits. That's the store. So there's an actually online store there for buying cables and microphones, mic stands, that kind of thing. You can find that at loveaudiobits.co.uk. So, please do head on over there if you want to. You can also support the channel by going to patreon.com/Love Audio Production, where you'll find a free downloadable podcast guide. So it kind of gives you an idea of what you need to start your podcast, or maybe you've not started, or maybe you've started already and you just want to kind of top up your knowledge and things like that. Get on there, get onto Patreon. You don't have to subscribe, of course not, but you can download the free podcasting guide, which will give you an idea of what you need. Okay, so that's that. Let's get all the kind of bookwork and paperwork out of the way. And let's get on with the rest of the show. What I wanted to do was to show you just getting a simple bass line into my production. So what I've got here, of course, is the thumbnail, as you've seen earlier on, is getting that bass line into this particular production, which is pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is just going to close that for a second and then go here. Where are we? Let's have a look here. Let's reduce that. So I'm talking to myself and showing you the pip. Here we are. So here we are. So we've got an instance of Studio One, Studio One 5 Pro. It's the professional version. If you go on to presonus.com, you can find all the software and things there. But also they have a thing called Sphere, S-P-H-E-R-E, which is a subscription-based service. And it means that you don't have to buy the software in one go. You can kind of spread it and pay monthly, but you still get the full version of the software, which is absolutely fantastic. It's a DAW, Digital Audio Workstation, and it's what I use to, sorry, didn't mean to knock you off course. It's what I use to edit with and to record into when I'm doing voiceovers, that kind of thing. But I've got a song lined up here. You've heard the song before, so I look right at the back at the beginning. Hopefully that's not too loud for you. It's not easy when you fall in love. And as you can probably hear, I've started to do the bass line there for you as well. So the keyboard's underneath the desk here. So if I go, that's the kind of thing that I've been programming into that. So I'm pointing at the screen like you can see it, but of course you can, which is this one here. So if you look at that on the piano roll, so let's double click on that. What you get here is the piano roll itself. So if you can see that moving up and down the keyboard there like that. And then if we go to that particular section where we've just started, that's right back at the beginning of the song, it goes like this. Let's just zoom in or zoom out slightly. So this is the first kind of couple of bars. And if I go into DAW mode, what that does is enables me to solo the particular instrument. So all you'll hear now is the MIDI software. And don't forget, when you're doing editing like this, you can actually edit the notes themselves. So if they don't kind of fit where you want them to fit, for instance, you can actually drag, like for instance, if I didn't want that particular note there, I could hold it you know, move it wherever I wanted to, which is brilliant. You can also extend the note or shorten the note like that, which is pretty cool. You know, say for instance you just wanted a quick pluck at the end of that particular beginning of that particular note, then you just go. See, that one extends, doesn't it? So that's a little bit too long. Go back to the beginning. We want to extend that slightly. Ding, 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 about a half a note. Make that a little bit longer as well. So let's go back to the beginning. Ding, ding, ding. Needs to be a bit quicker, doesn't it? So try that. Yeah, and then unsolo it so you hear the whole thing.
It's not easy when you fall in love.
We come out of that, you can then see what's happening on the screen here. This is the song, this is the build.
It's not easy when you fall in love. It's not easy when you fall in love. First, I wanted you to know I never let you go, but it was clear.
What I wanted to show you as well is the fact that this is in DAW mode right now. So if I just point the camera, if I can do this, hang on a second, guys. If I point the camera not towards me but down towards the desk, you'll see what I'm doing in this window here. Hang on a second. So if I go like that, so it's facing the faders here, okay? So if I move these, watch what happens to the faders on the screen, okay? See that? So everything here is controlling via Cat5 cable through the network. It's controlling everything on the software as well, which is fantastic. So if I'm playing the song, for instance, like this.
Yeah, right from the start, you never shared the same feelings that I gave. Might as well depart. It's not easy when you fall in love.
There's our solo bass, look.
It's not easy when you.
That's our piano. That's the lyrics.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
Vocals are a bit loud.
It's not easy when you fall in love. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy when you fall in love. So now you know where I feel, but your heart is made of steel, and you don't feel the same. We're one and different. I know it's true, and it's all because of you. Of you.
There we go. So yeah, hope that gives you a little idea of how this operates in DAW mode, which is fantastic. And you know, there are different settings on the mixer itself. So if you were mixing with a different piece of software, for instance, you've got control over that as well with this particular desk, which is an excellent thing as far as I'm concerned. But you know, I like the way that this particular desk, which is the Studiolive 32SC from Presonus, the 32-channel professional digital mixing system, controls as a control surface for the software, which is the Studio One 5. All right. So what I wanted to do was to show you where we're going to put this new bass line in, because there's a gap missing, of course, as we just heard. So right at the end of here, this is where the current bass line ends.
It's not easy. It's not easy when you fall in love. So now.
Okay, so what I want to do is start from here, and if I arm the track for record, which it already is, let me just go to desktop and you'll see that. So on the left-hand side where my mouse is currently hovering over there, you'll see that the record track is armed, and also the listen track as well is armed. So you can hear, you can't hear it now because I've turned it off, but you put the listen thing on, you can, whatever you play on the keyboard will then come through on the MIDI. So it's controlling the MIDI. And right down at the bottom, it's very tiny, but if you can see this down at the bottom here, it says MIDI, and because it's coming in, that orange light lights up there. And if I play,
Now, you know where I feel, but your heart is made.
here, for instance,
It's not easy.
you can see that the line going up and down here is what's playing on the MIDI track itself.
It's not easy. It's not easy when you fall in love. So now,
So here is where we need to enter this new bass line. So got to remember which note it is. Hang on. Hang on. Let me think. Hang on. Hang on. Let's play it.
now, you know where I feel, but your heart is made of steel. And you don't feel the same. We're wanting different things, that I know is true. And it's all because of you. Of you. Of you. Of you.
Yeah. Okay. So now. Okay, so we start on that note there. Fingers crossed. And what it does is when you let me just check the messages here a second. Let's go back to here. That's fine. Yeah. So when you're recording, what it does is if you set up the metronome properly, or not the metronome, but certainly the recording. Okay, what it does is it gives you a pre-roll. So in other words, if I click record right now, it'll count in 2 bars before I've got to start, which is pretty cool. So it gives you a chance to start recording. Okay, so watch this. Here we go. Ready?
Now, you know where I feel, but your heart is made of steel. And you don't feel the same. We're wanting different things, that I know is true. And it's all because of you. Of you. Of you. Of you. It's not easy.
There we go. And it will stop just before the bar. If you stop playing, it will stop that as well, which is really cool. So that's what this sounds like in total.
Now, you know where I feel, but your heart is made of steel. And you don't feel the same. We're wanting different things, that I know is true. And it's all because of you. Of you. Of you. Of you. It's not.
There you go. So that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Let's double click on it rather, so that opens up the piano roll again, because there's a bum note just there. If you can see that, let me just zoom in. You see that? There's a double note there, so I get the eraser tool, which is here, and then just go boink, and it's gone. So you've corrected that error just by doing that, which is pretty cool. So play that.
And it's all because of you. Of you. Of you. Of you. It's not easy when you fall in. It's not easy.
Now, to save us doing all of that again with the new... that one there. Don't forget, we've got it back here, right? So we can actually copy and paste it. So for instance, if I wanted to, let's say, copy and paste this section here, right click and copy, and then move to the section of the song where I've currently got that timeline. So we're going to go here, and we're going to go right click and paste. It says, where is it? Hang on a second. Here we go. So right click and paste. So then this goes.
It's not easy when you fall in love. It's not easy when you fall in love. It's not easy.
Okay, so we are going to highlight that, right click and duplicate, and that sticks that at the end of there, which actually finishes off the song quite nicely. So Listen to the end of that.
fall in love.
Because of the echo and stuff that I've got on the back of that track, it continues on beyond the last few lyrics, which is cool. Okay, so I think we're pretty much there. Let's just take a look at the whole song. A couple of gaps, which is fine, because those are the builds, if you remember, where it drops. So that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. Happy with our new bass line, which is interesting. There we go. So that's the verse there, isn't it? So that's that. I wonder if we do that in the first verse. Yeah, I think I've already done the first verse, so that's like this.
First, I wanted you to know I never let you go, but it was clear right from the start you never shared the same feelings that I gave. Might as well depart.
And then it drops, as you can tell.
It's not easy when you fall in love. So now you know where
Here's our new bass line.
your heart is made of steel, and you don't feel the same.
Solo it.
It's true, and it's all because of you, of you, of you, of you. It's not easy when you fall in love. It's not easy when you fall in love. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy when you fall in love. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy when you fall in love.
Available from all good record stores. No, I wish. No, I can't sing to save my life, but I managed to put together a vocal track on the actual song itself, and it's one of those projects I've been working on and just adding to and that kind of thing. And I use it as a demonstration tool for you guys, so that we can get our heads around how it sounds and everything else. You'll notice, by the way, that the total mix isn't peaking or anything like that, which is cool. So I've got a compressor on the vocal track, but not much else as regards processing on any of these tracks. So let me just go to desktop again, and you can see the Studio One layout. So you've got the MIDI instrument on this channel here, and various samples and loops on the rest of the channels, which is cool. But on the fat channel, on the Vox itself, the voiceover, the singing, I've got a compressor, I've got Pro EQ on there as well. So let's take a quick look at that and see what that looks like. Hang on. Come on, where are you? Edit, there we go. So this is the Pro EQ. So I've rolled off the bass and given it a little bit of top end on my vocal, and a little bit of mid to top as well, and then dropped off the mid to lows just a little bit, and that seems to enhance the vocals fairly well as regards my particular voice. Okay, we've also got a mix verb on here, so it's like a bit of a reverb going on, as you can probably hear when we play that back, and an analog delay as well. So that's kind of doing a sideways kind of to and fro thing as well as it's playing along. So it's an analog delay. This comes with the Presonus software Studio One 5 Pro, which is pretty cool. It's like a proper, kind of amp, doesn't it? Well, like a delay unit. Not quite a 19-inch rack, but it's a small unit. It looks really cool. And it's got lots of different settings on there. Delay, you've got an LFO frequency on there. You've got some color to it. There's motor as well. Don't know what that does, but it sounds good. And you've got width as well. So when you're recording and when you're playing back or adding plugins to your vocal treatments, you sometimes want it to kind of spread wider than the stereo signal. So it kind of gives you a bit more stereo wide feel. So it's coming out of both ears in the headphones, if you will, and in speakers as well. So that's obviously really useful. And you've got global, dry, and wet. So actually, it's not much on there. I've got it like a quarter way on the dry wet sections, but it's more towards the dry than it is the wet. So it's not overpowering the vocals. Do you know what I mean? So if we play it, you'll hear and we'll tweak it as we're going along, and you'll be able to hear the difference. Here we go, ready?
It's not easy when you fall in love.
So that's currently at quarter way on the dry side. If we do that, now it's going to change this. Let's wait till it kicks back in again. Hang on. There we go. see what I mean? That's hideous because it's far too long and it's too wet. Do you know what I mean? That's halfway. So that's more on the wet side than it is the dry, right? That's crazy. As we put it back to there.
You never shared the same feelings that I gave. Might as well be part.
Yeah, I locked it as well. Look. See that? You can lock it and unlock it.
It's not easy when you fall in love.
So that's pretty cool. And it's locked.
It's not easy.
Software is locked. Stop. The software seems to have locked itself up. So let's go back to that and hopefully we'll continue the show. But guys, I hope you've enjoyed this kind of demonstration of, getting that bass. It's all right now. It's fine. It's unlocked itself. Good. I better just save that before I do anything else. Always, always, always save. I've got it on an automatic save every 5 minutes, but sometimes that's not enough. And, if something happens between those 5 minutes and you can't get it back, you have to kind of revert to what happened 5 minutes before that, So just be aware of that. Try and save as you're going along. That's the main thing. Let's have a look here. So I've saved that. Let's reduce that. Bring that back up there. And do that. Stuart video's on. Hello, Stuart. Hey. And Stuart says, Iron Man. Not today, sir. Not today, no. Audio production today. And if you've missed it, then obviously you can catch the replay, Stuart. But yeah, because we had awful internet problems last night, Virgin Media, who supply this area with fibre to the premises, had some kind of fault somewhere. I wasn't sure. I don't know where it was located, but certainly they were working on it from about midday. It started to fail yesterday afternoon. So about midday yesterday, it started to fail, and they sent out messages to you, and I was checking on the app and stuff like that, and it was intermittent. It was coming and going. I thought, well, okay, I'll muddle on as best I can. And they said they'd get it fixed by 3 p.m. It came to 3 p.m. It was still in and out. It came to 8 p.m. when I was doing the live stream last night, and it was just so choppy that I could only get like 11 minutes or so of the video, which ended up being a 20-minute stream. But the problem with that is that it only retained 11 minutes of the broadcast. So I just decided to delete it and reschedule it for today. And luckily, touch wood, the internet is pretty stable today, so that's pretty cool. We're looking at about a 205 megabits per second download and about 36 up. So it's pretty strong today. So I'm really pleased with that, and I'm glad I was able to recap this particular stream. And like I say, if you're watching on the playback, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. That's amazing. It really helps the channel. Make sure you subscribe as well if you've not already done so. Click the bell icon as well. That'll let you know when we go live next. Generally, it's on a Monday at 8 p.m. British summertime, but today it's a Tuesday, started at 11 a.m. British summertime, and hopefully it works out to whatever it is wherever you are in the world. All right, that makes sense. Probably not. You can always get in touch with the show, by the way. hello@loveaudio.co.uk is my email address. That comes straight through to my phone and to my inbox on my computer and stuff like that. So I will never miss a message if you send me a message on there. Happy to answer any questions you might have about audio production or about the stream you've seen today. Maybe drop me a line. Also, drop me a line in the comments after the event, and I'll certainly do my best to answer those through the week as we go through. Looking at next Monday, that's going to be the 20... The date next Monday? What are we on now? 19th. Hang on a second. So next Monday is going to be the 25th. So that may well be our Halloween live stream. It'll just be a hangout with some spooky music from Epidemic Sound, and we'll do that on the 25th. I'll do a thumbnail for it and get that up there so you've got that in your schedule. Okay, so 25th of October, 8 p.m. British summertime. And we'll do the Halloween kind of thing, just hang out together and answer any questions you've got on audio production. So that's pretty much it, guys. Let's have a look. What else have we got here? What else can I show you? That's pretty much all. Yeah. Remember this one? I've redone it, of course, with a new logo on it. Changed the colours a little bit as well. Brilliant. And this one, of course. Oh, look. Fantastic. Just playing with toys. You know what it's like. Pushing the buttons. Pushing the buttons, as Matt Haas would say. Enjoyed his live stream last night. If you haven't checked out Matt Haas, his channel's called All Things YouTube, and talks very much about how you can improve your YouTube channel and make video that people want to watch, basically, and give some really good tips. And he goes through the platform and shows you any news that's coming up that they may well have changed and that kind of thing. I'm pleased to say that, and you'll find it on the channel as well, that YouTube have released the hold on people that they used to have. Used to have to have 1,000 subscribers before you were allowed to use your mobile phone to go live on the app with, right? But now they've reduced that to above 50. So if you've got over 50 subscribers, you are now able to use your mobile phone like this, go live from the app, from the YouTube app, that is, of course, and stream to your audience live. Of course. And of course, it'll be then there for the playback as well. And you'll find that I did a live stream on YouTube, and it's up there now for you to watch, which is only a short one, but it's from my visit to Morecambe last weekend, up in the very northwest of England, just before you get to Scotland, to be fair, or before you get to the lakes, in fact. So Morecambe's here on the west coast. It's not as you're looking at it, obviously it's a different, But anyways, it's Morecambe's here on the west coast, and then you've got the lakes, the Lake District, and then above that, of course, is the border between England and Scotland. So it's pretty far up, and I had no idea how far Morecambe was from Chester. It's about an hour and a half's drive. So to get to the gig from there was all right. It was okay. It wasn't too bad because I managed to miss a load of traffic, so it was fine. Anyway, guys, that's almost it. Thanks so much again for watching. Make sure you subscribe, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next one, which is next Monday night at 8 p.m. Take care. See you soon.
Love on